Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Improve with Joe. Today I am recording with the new fan dandy microphone that just lost its head. Oh no! It's got it back. Don't worry. There we go. Welcome. I am Joe. This is Improve with Joe. We got a variety of stuff going on today. Mainly, I'm talking to you about how you can restart. Wait, what? What is he talking about? What can you restart? You can restart anything, and restarting, the ability to either fail or stop and then start again and learn and figure something out and improve, it's near and dear and true to my heart, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone around the world. Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. It's not about how hard you hit, or how it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and get back up and keep fighting. Basically, I mean, I didn't get hit recently, but, sometimes stuff happens. I didn't post a video as frequently or as daily as I normally do, and that's okay, because sometimes you have to learn and improve and figure out the next step and figure out what you're going to do. Daily videos every single morning, the word of the day, quote of the day. While I did truly enjoy making them, there are other better ways for me to tell my story, and word of the day, quote of the day was not really telling my story, and that's something that I'm still trying to figure out. It's whether or not I end up becoming like a news anchor man like my dad wants me to, or had said made a comment about. I do need to do a 90-second kind of like clip of all the different videos I've made, because it's adding up to about 130 different videos now. Definitely go back, check them out. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Most recent one, we'll put a link or something, just got 100 views. Always exciting for that. My brother and I were flying the drone around downtown Mercedes-Benz. Might have violated a few FAA rules, but don't have the Part 107 yet. So either way, I still need to get the Part 107. But yeah, seriously, getting back onto certain things is a key part of getting better and learning and improving and developing and growing as a person, both individually for yourself and in your community. Whatever it is. For me, my 90-day and 30-day challenges are restarting. It's third time's a charm on this attempt. I've started again and again and again with fitness and plans and this plan and that plan. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, whether or not it's food, diet plans, or the fad diet, or the crazy workout routine, or remember P90X and how amazing P90X was, or the Tony Horton diet, or whatever it is, Weight Watchers. It goes back for forever. There we go, words. But yeah, just wanted to say today is the start again of my 90-day challenge. I'm gonna try to get some of this hefty. Not too bad. Literally dad bod. I enjoy it. I'm okay. It's more of an internal challenge, wanting to kind of whittle it down and see what the muscles are. I do have some muscles now, getting a little bit bigger, day by day. But yeah, 90-day challenge. It is a fitness, nutrition, and habit challenge. So I'm breaking that down into basically 3 major actions every day. Just like how there are 3 things that you need. 1, to make you money. 1, to keep you busy and keep you creative and just be your hobby. And then 2 or 3, 1 to keep you fit. So money, creative, or hobby, and then 1 to keep you fit and healthy. And so that's where this fitness, nutrition, and habits are going to kind of like play into those 3 different categories. So yeah, going to do that for 90 days and a bunch of different rules and everything associated with that, like don't eat after 9 p.m., no sugar, no alcohol, no drinking during the week and only on the weekend. Only 3 exceptions for these 90 days in terms of drinking heavily. Only smoking on the weekend, no snacks, water first thing in the morning. No vaping at all. No cigarettes, no vaping, no nicotine, all that good stuff gone. It'll definitely be a challenge in persistence and whether or not I have the dedication, commitment, and motivation to do this for 90 days. I've had plenty of chances and plenty of learning throughout my life to get to this point to where I know I can be successful in this. And sometimes, maybe I wasn't ready to be at this point all the other times that I tried, and all the other times have led up to right now. I mean, that's honestly what it means. So yeah, same thing applies to the 30-day challenge. Finally have a better understanding about how I need to go about this challenge for pushing 30-day push-up challenge. Basically, I just did my max. I want to see how many I can improve on in 30 days. Gonna do a 3 workout approach, workout A, B, and C, and kind of have a routine for that. Main, 5x5 or 5 sets, max kind of stuff, 1 max, and then, distribute it throughout the day. And then another workout more of like hypertrophy, kind of bandage, stretching, recovery day. So that'll be good too. Gonna talk about that later. But I'm not going to talk about details of all that kind of stuff until after the challenges are actually completed. Then I'll do the 30-day and the 90-day videos for it. Gonna hopefully be this a repetition type thing. Do the 30-day for the push-up challenge and then work that into a 30-day pull-up challenge. And then a 30-day squat challenge or something. And we'll see how it goes. I'm still learning and developing and figuring things out and dancing and grooving and just enjoying life. And I hope genuinely that you're enjoying life too. Figure out what you like, what makes you happy, what you're passionate about, and take small steps daily. Whether or not the book called Atomic Habits, I'll link it below. And when I link, there's an affiliate link. So if you end up clicking on it, I get a quarter. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, Atomic Habits, great book. Highly, highly recommend it. It's still actually on my reading list. I need to get it from a girlfriend. Definitely. From what she said about it when she read it, highly, highly recommend a book. I think you could recommend a book without ever reading it, I have, so many freaking books here. Check this out. These are all the books that I have. All of them. I gotta read all of these. I have not read any of these. Bowling Alone, American Political Tradition. I've read Flash Boys. All these economies, religion, political, psychology. Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard. Dark Money. The American Presidents. Ooh, this is going to be one of my favorites. Chaos. Charles Manson and the CIA and the Secret History of the 60s. That one should be good. In Our Defense, the Bill of Rights in Action. Lots of constitutional law, third edition, The Righteous Mind, Origin of Species. Recent one that I still need to read, Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules of Life. What am I saying? I still need to read all of these. That's the point of me showing you. Get your back over here. Actually, follow me. We're going to go to a new destination. Whew. Whoa. Thank you for following along. All right, so over here, we're now just in front of the different background. I just want to change of pace, because you want to change of pace, because we're just talking. But I will stand up and talk and be official. Seriously, thank you so much for everyone. I know I have not been very consistent in terms of topic, posting, all of that type stuff. Getting better, figuring this out slowly by slowly, day by day, action by action. And I genuinely have so many positive intentions and goals and plans for this channel, for myself, for how I'm going to be a part of the world and how I'm going to take the experiences and the learning lessons of my life and what I've done in my life. Because, I haven't been sitting under a rock my entire life. After going to high school, going to college, I went out and explored and I enjoyed the world and I figured out what the heck it meant. And, I am still figuring it out. But I think I have a pretty good idea. And that's what I'm trying to communicate. That's what I'm trying to write my book about. That's what I'm trying to talk to you about. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's my story? What's your story? I think I have a pretty good idea what my story is. And I just need to tell it. It's the way in which I want to tell it that I've been so cautious. I want to give you a little bit of time, but not freak you out. Really, thank you so much. Actually, before we go, we're going to do a couple catch-up, word of the day catch-ups, because I've been writing them down every single day. I've been doing them. I just haven't, done it for the video. But let me do let's move over here. One more location change. Let's go by the computer. Whoa. Okay, so we're by the computer now. Got my new workstation and everything set up pretty well. Double monitors, connected to the TV, just not on. and then get all my stuff lined up. My credit card and my wallet do not feel very good about all of these being on one table in one location, just because it adds up. But it's okay, don't tell them. It's really, really enjoyable to have, finally, all of the paintbrushes that I'll be able to tell my story with this year. And that's, that's just what I'm figuring out over time. But, word of the day, where is it at? Oh, darn, where is it? Oh, there it is. All right, so we're going to get through a couple of the words here. Going to start out from February 1st, because I don't know about you, but I can deal with a few extra new words. I've gone through these. Let's go ahead and talk about them. Last time on the video, I talked about Emeritus. 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 Professor Emeritus. That's where you've normally heard it from. Already went through that, so we'll go through the next one. Catamite. 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 Not a frequently used word. It sprang to fame in the 1980s with the publication of Anthony Burgess's novel, Earthly Powers. It was the afternoon of my 81st birthday, and I was in bed with my Catamite when Ali announced that the Archbishop had come to see me, read the first sentence, giving pause to those who always thought, it is a truth universally acknowledged, or mother died today, or maybe yesterday, I don't know, were the most striking open lines in fiction. Interesting. Catamite means the kept young lover of a homosexual man, and it is in this section because keeping anyone is surely a self-indulgent thing to do. Interesting. Catamite means the kept young lover of a homosexual man. Google, are you going to confirm this? Because this word is a little different. Catamite. Let's see. Wow. Catamite. A boy kept for homosexual practices. Was I expecting this? No. Catamites are not a good thing. You will go to jail if you do that. Speaking of, pedophiles. Real thing. Bad thing. It's a pretty serious topic. It came up just from the word of the day. And why specifically word of the day? Because it was Groundhog Day, obviously. And it feels like Groundhog Day every single time. Pedophile shit is just ridiculous. It pisses me off to no end. My dad was involved with putting those people away for some time, and I celebrate it every single time. It's some people are trying to legitimize by putting it together with the LGBTQ plus IA, that whole thing, and they're trying to incorporate it in the pedophilia shit, and it just blows my mind how people can be so, how they could even entertain the thought that those are anything similar. It's just ridiculous. Catamite. February 2nd. Interesting word for this book. Derisory. 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 An adjective applied to a very small amount, often, but not necessarily of money. It's connected with derision, and is therefore such a small amount that it deserves to be laughed at. When financial applications, whether or not Wells Fargo, Robinhood, etc., want to verify your bank account, sometimes instead of logging directly into them, you can transfer derisory amounts of money to validate your bank account. They will send 2 cents and then withdraw it back, send it back again and then withdraw it back just to make sure it's your bank account. Derisory. You can use it whenever. A derisive account of the pay negotiations, for example, might explain why staff received a derisory salary increase. Ooh. Either way, February 3rd. Kudos. And I am going back. These are going to be worked into a book down the road. That's kind of what those words led me to, the idea, pretty much. I've seen them over and over and over. Whether or not it's a word of the day, quote of the day, perspective of the day, if it was just for, the girlfriend did one that was just quotes for women, there are hundreds of them out there, and that's ultimately what I'll do. Along with creating my own book, the self-help improvement book, I'll do a calendar 365 kind of book, whether or not it'll probably include it'll be a journal, calendar, word of the day, all that type stuff, all kind of worked into one. Definitely will be in journal form, not like a calendar that you put on the wall or a calendar like this. More of like a keep this with you for the entire year, writing it type stuff. Yeah, and that'll be super exciting because I'm just going to go and pick out all of my favorite words, and favorite words, favorite quotes, 365 quotes, 365 words, perspectives, and then also along with it, there'll be a link or a QR code where you can go scan it, and there'll be 365 videos to go along with it. So I will make that for 2022 by the end of 2020 this year. Wow. I will make the calendar for 2022 by the end of this year, 2021. Hopefully by the end of November, maybe even before. That way I have more time to kind of like get it out there and pre-sale it and all that kind of type stuff. I'm really, really looking forward to that, and it'll kind of have the, holistic, worldly kind of perspective that I have, that I'm trying to talk about, that I'm trying to spread to other people, worked into this book that's once a day, 365 days. You've seen them everywhere in every single bookstore. And so that'll be, along with my self-help book, that'll kind of go with that. And then there'll be other books down the road, and, that's the plan that I'm trying to make. I didn't grow up thinking I was going to be a writer. Farthest thing from it. Never thought I was going to be a writer. But, through writing, the words will be communicated. Through speaking, the words will be communicated. Through creating videos, the words will be communicated. What words? The words of improvement. The words of getting better, of not looking elsewhere for the answers and looking inward, because we have so much to learn from ourselves. And that's that. So, Thursday, February 4th, kudos. This is a word that seems suddenly to come out of its box and be dancing around everywhere, using expressions such as kudos to X to mean congratulations to X, full marks to X, as if it were an exclamation. More accurately, kudos means acclaim or prestige. It's something you earn through hard work, generosity, or such other praiseworthy quality. The actor Kenneth Branagh is quoted as saying that being associated with Shakespeare gives you some kind of bogus kudos, whereas the hairdresser Vidal Sassoon complained that his profession wasn't recognized as a worthy craft or given the kudos it deserved. Are you getting the kudos you deserve? Are you giving people the kudos that they deserve? Important questions. Very, very important questions. Kudos. Kudos. Querulous. Querulous. Like plaintive, but less sympathetic. A querulous tone is whining and irritable. The OED quotes and Oxford English Dictionary, I believe, quotes an 18th century sermon describing a people always querulous and complaining, very prone to lamentations and wailings, not ideal party guests, in other words. Querulous. When you're having a party, especially when there's alcohol served, don't invite the querulous people unless you want to serve joints, because that might make them less querulous, as long as you're in a legal state. Querulous. Next word. Saturday, February 6th, and we are at February 16th, so we got a couple more words to catch up on. Nonplus, Nonplus, from the Latin for no more, in the sense of there is nothing more to be said or done. This means to perplex utterly, to confound. He was nonplussed by the news. He hadn't expected that at all. Or I am nonplussed by the data I'm supposed to analyze. I don't know where to start. Nonplussed. Nonplus. Is that how it's pronounced? Excuse me while I make sure that's how it sounds. Nonplus. Confirmed by Google, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for playing. Sunday. Obfuscation. 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 Derived from the Latin for dark. This is a word meaning perplexity or bewilderment. This time there is a sense of deliberateness about it. If you are obfuscating, you are intentionally pulling the wool over someone's eyes. When's the last time you obfuscated someone? Be truthful. Obfuscation. intentionally pulling the wool over someone's eyes, perhaps by using medical or legal jargon that is unintelligible to an outsider. Sometimes when they're speaking so fast you can understand what they're saying, they're trying to confuse you. Did you hear me? The ironic advice that good writing should avoid unnecessary prolixity and eschew obfuscation has become a cliche, but is, like many cliches, founded in truth. Let me repeat, ladies and gentlemen, because I am deciding to be very articulate. The ironic advice that good writing should avoid unnecessary prolixity and eschew obfuscation has become a cliche, but is, like many cliches, founded in truth. Obfuscation. Monday, February 8th. Distraught. Are you distraught? You all know what distraught means. That's a pretty common word. This is closely related to distract, meaning to draw the attention away from, but also to bewilder or perplex. One meaning of distracted is deeply troubled, but you can be distracted with worry or some other strong emotion. Distraught can similarly be followed with worry or with fear, or you may simply be distraught with the cause of your trouble unspecified but still distressing. Distraught. If you are distraught on a Monday, ladies and gentlemen, your week may not be the best or most pleasant week in the world. If you are distraught on a Monday, check yourself, check your week, because like I said earlier today, you can restart. You can restart your day, you can start your week, you can restart your emotions and feelings. Just because you're feeling distraught or distressed or emotional or anxious, you have the power. It is hard. It is very, very hard sometimes to take hold of that feeling and just let it go. Whew. Peace and serenity will follow you. But it is, seriously though, it is hard. It is absolutely very hard to do that. But that's what the emotional intelligence, ability, and mental fortitude that you gain through practicing of it. Through, whether or not it's just mental breathing, honest evaluation of your thoughts, honest conversation, inward looking mantras. There's so many things that you can do. All right, next word. Etiolated. 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 In the plant world, this describes a green plant that has gone pale through lack of sunlight. In human terms, it means pale and weak. His skin had that etiolated look of a video game player who has spent his youth on the video game consoles. That's very unfortunate. Etiolated. Basically, if you look at them and they look like they might be a vampire, a nice way to call them is etiolated. They're etiolated, pearlescent skin. No. Etiolated. Either a green plant that has gone pale due to lack of sunlight, or a human that has gone pale due to lack of sunlight. Etiolated. Wednesday, February 10th. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen and people. Hapless. Hap is an ancient word for luck or chance, related to both happy and happen. To be hapless, then, is to be unfortunate, a victim of an unkind fate or of circumstances beyond your control. A minor Central Asian state could be described as a hapless victim of Genghis Khan's marauding, or the smallest child on the playground, the hapless focus of the bully's attention. I was the hapless focus of the bully in high school. In middle school. Actually, in elementary school. But that's okay, because I pushed him down. I fought back, ladies and gentlemen, as we should all do. If your child gets suspended from elementary, middle, or high school because they fought back against a bully, go take them out for ice cream because that's what they deserve. Next word, compliment. And then compliment them because they did it right. Stand up to bullies, ladies and gentlemen. The system really should prevent bullies from happening in the first place. But, does the system always work? Either way, Thursday, February 11th, 2021, compliment. The spelling of the word means to make complete, and it has various technical meanings in math and grammar. In non-text speech, it means little more than to go together well. That blue dress really compliments your eyes. That remark is, of course, a compliment, which that dress really compliments your eyes probably isn't. Spelling is important. Compliment. C-O-M-P-L-E-M-E-N-T. Instead of C-O-M-P-L-I. Instead of the I, there's an E. Instead of the E, there's an I. Either way, compliment means they go together well. Instead of compliment, which means to praise and to give them nice words and make them feel good about themselves and all that good stuff. You should take the easy pickings and compliment someone when they deserve to, when their clothes compliment each other. We're having fun, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. What are we doing? I'm catching up on the words because I still do these words. I was looking at them each day, but like I said, for a video every single day just about the words and the quotes, I understand it wasn't that interesting, and that's okay. But like I said before, it's gonna morph into something. Everything that you do is not always a great idea, but you can learn from it, develop it, and move forward. And part of the way that I'll move forward with this idea is to make that book with a video, which, let me know if I'm wrong, but I've never seen a 365 word a day book that went along with a video, that had a video for every single day. Because I will literally go and make a 2-minute video for every single day and include it in this book as a part of the book. That's the whole point. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great idea. Friday, February 12th, Animadversion. What? Animadversion. A strong criticism, a carefully considered but disparaging remark. Her Animadversions. Okay, yeah, this one's going to have to look up. Animadversion. Animadversion. Makes more sense. Much more sense. Animadversion. A strong criticism, a carefully considered but disparaging remark. Her animadversions on the male sex in general suggested she was angry with one man in particular. The verb is to animadvert. He was always animadverting on the ills of capitalist society. Both came from Latin words meaning to turn the mind against. Ooh. Animadvert. Interesting. A very strong criticism, carefully considered but disparaging remark. Animadversion. Use it carefully. Unless the person that you come across is oblivious or ostensible. Oblivious. Although this derives from the word for forgetfulness and is connected to oblivion, oblivious means not so much forgetful as unaware. Ooh. She blundered on, oblivious to the fact that she was offending everyone within earshot. Interesting. Ostensible. The first part of this word means to show and also gives us ostentatious. Ostensible means apparent but unlikely to be true. His ostensible reason for the visit was to see his elderly aunt, but he also looked over her possessions and wondered what he might expect to inherit. How dare you. Very interesting word for Valentine's Day. By the way, happy Valentine's Day to all the couples and non-couples and everyone. Even though it's a made-up Hallmark holiday that's really only meant to drive sales and all of that stuff, it's become a part of our world at this point, and you can choose to reject it. That's okay. You can do that. You can choose to, take it to heart and enjoy it and celebrate it. And it depends. It really just depends on if you and who you are spending the time with wants to. It's the same thing with Mother's Day and Father's Day. It's all made up kind of stuff. We all live in the rules upon which the previous people lived and made rules for. Whether or not we agree with them or not, whether or not we, follow them or not, is ultimately our decision. We have our generation, my generation, all generations have a lot to do. There's a lot to do. A lot to do. And the questions are, who's really doing the big stuff? Are we leaving it up to billionaires around the world? Billionaires and millionaires to do anything positive in the world? And that's kind of what I've been trying to think. How can modern people make a difference every single day? Is it just through the method in which they use their applications, they use their data, how they interact with their money on a daily basis? Is it a certain, I don't know. We have no idea how the, modern future problems will be solved. I hope to be a part of that. My future media company is going to be a part of that by using technology over time to tell stories and educate people. It's slowly, the idea is slowly forming, and I have my own Improve with Joe brand and content and all that kind of stuff, which I am slowly building, and there's a business on that and all that kind of stuff. But the media company will be something separate and different, and And you're watching the growth and creation of it, which I'm very much so looking forward to going in future website about history, documentation, and having all the videos just being the documentation for how the company was founded. Because this is all it is. It's literally just a media company that's going to go out there, give educational, improvement-focused content to people around the world to literally just improve their lives. And obviously there's got to be some money-making way to it. Like, maybe there's tax write-offs or something just for doing it. But really, there has to be the way to make money just inherently from the company, from the product, whatever it is. I'm figuring that out because I want to be able to give this information, all this information, what I learn and the experience perspective away to people for free. I really, really do. To start, I'll have to sell a book. That'll be part of it. I'll have to sell speaking engagements. That'll be part of it. And I think just a certain percent will be going towards, especially once I get to 1,000 subscribers, because almost a quarter of the way there. But once I get to 1,000, I'm definitely going to have a separate side account, completely separate, whether or not it's my business account and that has a separate account or something, just completely separate bank account where I can take a quarter or a 30% or a 50% or what. I'm up to 50. Maybe 49, whatever it is, some large percent to put in there to give back to either not the homeless, the Atlanta, different, society or associations in Atlanta that are working to feed the homeless, clothe the homeless, fix the problem. I want to eventually do it in my own way. I got a lot of ideas for how I want to do that in my own way. I'm rambling at this point. Thank you so much for anyone who's watching, the 0.5% of people who are watching at this point. But, like I said, a lot of this stuff is for my own self, my own documentation. I like to think that I am my best self when I'm talking with people, when I'm on camera, when I am presented with the realities of the world, and it's like, what are you going to do about it? Working situations haven't always been the best over time with, the different various companies that I've worked with, mainly because I want to be in control. That's ultimately what it comes down to. And over time, and I've had a better understanding, and not having control has been the ultimate sort of just like butting of heads. Cause surprise, surprise, I got ideas and I want to do my ideas, and that's all it is. That's ultimately what it comes down to. So, thankfully I haven't burned any bridges. Kind of, maybe. I don't burn bridges. I let them slowly rot and decay over time. And sometimes the other people burn it from the other side. So what am I supposed to do? But either way, Monday, President's Day. This was yesterday. Soporific. 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 Like the lettuce in Peter Rabbit, on a particularly long and boring day, likely to send you to sleep. It can be neutral or complementary. An insomniac, for example, would probably be glad of a soporific drug. No. But it can also be mildly insulting. No composer wants to be told that his music is soporific. That's funny. In Murdoch's novel, The Sandcastle, featured perhaps the most damning use ever. She referred to one character as beginning to have a soporific feeling of conjugal boredom. Ha! May the fates preserve us all from being stuck in that sort of relationship. Oh, geez. That's hilarious. Okay, so going to skip over that. Go right on to the actual word for today. Authoritarian. Authoritarian. Having authority, but enforcing it tyrannically in a you will do what I say fashion. Not to be confused with authoritative, which means having authority in a reliable way. An authoritative figure commands respect through strength of personality. An authoritarian gets his way through bullying. I will never be an authoritarian in my life, ever. Ever. That's that. That's the word Catchup. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining along. Thank you for listening to me along my journey as I figure things out. And hopefully I still have the audio file playing here or recording here. Let's see. Oh, it is. Awesome. Okay, now that the video is almost 35 minutes long, we've talked about my 90-day and 30-day plan. I challenge you to do the same. Talked about the words of the day and the Catchup and how that's eventually going to be a book coming out next year. Super excited about that. lots and lots and lots of stuff to do, of course. But really excited for this because ultimately I've pretty much made the decision. I'm not going back to work. I'm developing my career, my passion, my role, what I'm going to do with this world in Atlanta, for the city, for the people around me, how I'm going to make money, of course. It's a huge part of it, details. But yeah, it truly is exciting, and I'm excited for you to watch, because as excited I am to watch all the other people on YouTube and all the other content creators and stuff like that, knowing that eventually there will be that relationship with the audience and that community and everything, it's incredibly exciting. I am striving to not be like any other content creator that I've seen before, because I truly believe no one else has the perspective that I have. Maybe other people do, but they don't talk about it. I don't know. And even if they do have the same idea, good. That's exciting. I'm glad that they have the same idea, or you have the same idea, or similar ideas, or slightly similar but a little bit off, and you want to tell me how you're a little bit off. Either way, or how the view is a little bit off. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm looking forward to having a large following, a large audience. I am Leo, hear me roar, and I am excited to help you along your journey with whatever you're doing. However you can improve, however you can work, feel free to reach out, comment, talk to me. I am open to any sort of feedback, any sort of conversation regarding anything about you, your life, what's going on. I really truly believe that I am going to learn from every single person in my life in some way. I've definitely been through a process of turtling over the past couple years, and that's been part of my introspective process. Of being who I am, of uncompromising. Screwed up a few times along the way, and lost a friend or two here or there, but I've learned so much. I'm only 28 years old, soon to be 29, but there's a long time ahead of me, and I know for damn sure what I'm doing and the impact I will have on this world, and the positive nature in which I will do that. And this channel is going to be one part of it. So seriously, and if I can stop looking at the damn screen, I just need to turn it, look there. Seriously, love you all. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Have a great night. And I will see you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Probably stream at some point. Slowly putting it all together. I'm very, very excited for you to read the book. It's coming along slowly. Started talking about Göbekli Tepe, and ancient civilizations, and that's the start of the book after establishing some basic ground rules and perspectives and all that. And it's going to be one hell of a book, that's for sure. At some point, going to do public speaking this year. Very, very excited about that. It also scares the hell out of me. But at the same time, this is what I'm doing right now. It's just going to be in front of people, interacting, communicating in a different way, in a much better, more rich way. But I do have a Discord. Please follow along, join. It's in the description, and the invite is in the link. Message me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Feel free to follow and share, follow there, like, all that good stuff. Seriously, join the process. Thank you for being here. Thank you for improving with Joe. I am Joe. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.